Hey friends, it's a beautiful, beautiful freaking morning out right now, and on this beautiful day, I figure, what better to talk about than beliefs? Not specifically my beliefs yet, but those are things that I will be talking about on this channel, by the way, so subscribe. I will be talking about kind of my thoughts on beliefs, how they develop, when they should develop, and what beliefs should be changed, right? What beliefs should be malleable, what beliefs shouldn't be, right? And today, the first thing we will be talking about is the big boys. Core beliefs. We'll start with those. Right after I drink my tea. Alright, so core beliefs. What are they? Well, these are the beliefs that will define you, define who you are. Essentially, they're your values. They're your value system that you believe in and kind of what makes you, you. Whenever you hang out with people, they'll say, oh, Alan is so blank, right? Alan is so kind, Alan is so mean, those kind of things, right? And those characteristics basically develop from your value system, your core beliefs. So, the second point I wanted to make is that these core beliefs should not, emphasize this, should not be fully established until you are about 25, right? That's about the age you want to develop your core beliefs. And the reason I say that is because when you're under 25, you don't really have the experiences in life, the mental capacity to fully understand and establish kind of your values. What I've seen people do is just parrot other people's value systems, right? Without thinking them through and without fully deciding for themselves, this is what I should believe in and this is why, right? They start arguing about their value systems and start displaying them to people, and they really haven't thought it through. It doesn't make any logical sense, right? They don't understand truly why they're thinking these things and why they believe these things, but instead they're just saying it because other famous people or their parents or whoever believe the exact same thing they believe, right? So until about 25, you shouldn't have fully established value systems, and you shouldn't be proclaiming your value systems to anyone. I don't think that makes any sense, right? You shouldn't be proclaiming anything. But before 25, you should have values, right? You should, not like murder. That's a good value to have. You should be kind to people. Those kind of things are good values to have and to establish before you are 25. But the thing about those values at that point is they should be malleable, right? You should say, okay, I should be nice to people at first, but if they're mean to me, maybe I don't be so nice to them that I get run over like a doormat. I should develop some other kind of adjustment to my value system, right? At that point, right? So before 25, they should be malleable. You should have some faint concept of values and what they are and what they should be for you. But you should also be able to kind of wiggle them around, adjust them, add things to them when needed, right? So those are the values before 25. Right. So after 25, what starts to happen? Well, these core values just keep solidifying, right? They become harder, harder, and harder, right? So it's like carbon, and the years are like the pressure on the carbon, right? Every year that goes by, the carbon becomes harder and harder and harder, and once you hit, 50, 60, those values, they're not going to change ever. Those core values, they're solidified. They're diamonds. No one is going to change those values for you. It's almost impossible. Almost impossible. And part of that is due to probably neuroplasticity, right? So the younger you are before 25, your brain isn't fully developed, right? It's easier for you to change ideas, have new ideas, connect things, right? But after 25, it's going to be harder for you to connect new ideas and to change your ideas, right? So that's why it's so, listen to me, so important that before you're 25, you really think through your ideas, you establish your values, right? And they kind of make you who you are, right? Because after 25, you ain't changing them. No one's changing them. No matter how many YouTube comments you give to someone bashing their ideas, no matter how many tweets you give to them bashing their ideas, it's not going to change them. I'm not going to change them for some random YouTuber, right? What are my core beliefs? No, not going to happen. YouTube people, I love you all. You're great friends and whatnot, but you come under my core beliefs, not going to change them. So anyway, that's this part. Let's talk about the next section. Alright, so one more bonus point for you all on core beliefs. A good example of kind of core beliefs, they usually impact how people treat each other. So it's basically person-to-person interactions, and what you believe on those kind of subjects are generally core beliefs, right? Some examples are fundamental human rights, trust, and not being a dick. One of my personal favorites. So yeah, these are beliefs that you should be willing to go to war. You should be willing to fight for these beliefs, right? At the core, these are things that you believe will make the world a better place and make people treat each other better. And one important topic on these points is that they almost never change, right? Something that I've said over and over again, but super important. They're kind of like the amendments in our Constitution, or the fundamentals in our Constitution, right? They don't change. It's almost impossible to change our amendments unless huge amounts of evidence come up to the contrary, right? Some of our amendments have been changed, but most of the core amendments, they don't change. They're there for probably forever, and they define who we are as a nation, right? They define our nation's beliefs. So that wraps up core beliefs. Now let's talk about other beliefs. Alright, y'all. Let us talk about other beliefs. What are other beliefs? What do I mean by that? Alright, so other beliefs should never be more solid than, say, a piece of chocolate. And what I mean by that really is that if enough evidence comes into the contrary of your other beliefs, you should be willing to change them, right? So, say your other beliefs are like a piece of chocolate, right? If evidence comes in, which is like the sun, enough comes in, starts melting your chocolate, you should be able to, twirl it around and make something completely new out of it. You should change your beliefs, people. That's all I'm saying. These are other beliefs that should be changed. And I might also be saying that I want some chocolate right now, so if you know where I live, send some my way, please. I'd appreciate it. Anyway, so most of these other beliefs, most of them, can be scientifically tested in some way, shape, or form, right? So, of course, some examples include diet, right? So, beliefs on diet, they change all the freaking time, right? Currently, keto is the best diet. In the last year, 2 years ago, what was it? No carbs is the best diet. 2 years before that, 3 years before that, carbs are great, fats are out. Doesn't make any freaking sense. You should be willing to change your beliefs on diet as long as evidence comes in. Real good scientific evidence, right? On diets, you can do those studies, but not many people are willing to fund them is the problem, right? If real good scientific evidence comes in on what diet is good for you, you should be willing to change your ideas, like vegetables and fruits. Been very, very scientifically backed, at least, that vegetables and fruits are good for you. So keep eating those. I don't know about the rest, but keep eating vegetables and fruits, no matter what you do, right? So happiness is another example. There's always studies on what brings you happiness, what doesn't bring you happiness, and one thing that people used to think brought a lot of happiness was money. Yeah, that's right, money. And probably to a certain point that was true, but in today's society, we know now that after a certain level of material possessions are met, that generally, money doesn't make you happy, right? Money doesn't solve all your problems. It only solves your money problems. Who would have thought? And then anything that involves the word best, it's probably just another belief that if enough evidence comes into the contrary, you should change, right? The best burger, the best flip-flops, the sandals, the best YouTuber to follow. Actually, wait, that is a core belief. The best YouTuber to follow is without a doubt Young Life. So, thank you for subscribing me. Yeah, that wraps up other beliefs, right? They're not your core beliefs. Others, valuable. Change them. That's a wrap, folks. Alright, so, final topic I wanted to cover today is on changing your mind. So, my lovely YouTube friends, subscribers, who I also love, maybe a tad bit more, I'm going to be sharing with you all on this channel a lot about my beliefs. There are usually going to be other beliefs, so things that can be at least demonstrated to me to some believable degree by science or by my life experiences in general. And I'll be sharing those beliefs with you all, and I just wanted to say that I can change my mind on those beliefs, right? So the thing about changing your mind that is so important is that humans, they have a need to be consistent, right? So we like people who are basically believe one thing one day and then believe the same thing the other day, right? And that's good. That's really good for your core beliefs, right? We don't want people with some values one day and then different values the next, right? Doesn't make any sense, right? If someone believes in not being a dick one day and then the next day they're a dick, the world would be chaos. The world would be filled with dicks, right? So we want to be consistent in our core beliefs, right? After the age of, 25. But that's not okay for other beliefs, right? You should be able to change your other beliefs on, like, diet, on flat earth theory, on climate change. Perhaps, if enough evidence comes into the contrary, you should think, maybe there's a climate change going on, or maybe the earth isn't flat. Things like that, right? Those can be other beliefs that can be demonstrated to you with enough scientific evidence that, might want to change them. Might want to change them. That's all I'm saying. The problem is, right, other beliefs are not equal to core beliefs, but everyone usually treats all beliefs as the same. That's where a lot of society's problems come from, is, in my opinion, currently, right? People are always arguing on their beliefs, right? On certain topics that, they're malleable. They can be scientifically demonstrated, or at least, pushed one way or the other, right? And people think that their other beliefs are equal to their core beliefs and aren't even willing to have a discussion on it, right? They're gonna fight for those beliefs, right? Because they believe those things, right? What I'm saying is that some beliefs are not equal to other beliefs, right? So core beliefs, not the same as other beliefs, right? Beliefs are not created equal. It's something I believe. All right, so that all leads me to this kind of conclusion. Whatever I share with you guys, my beliefs, my values, those kind of things, that's my mindset when I made that video, right? And I showed you that video. And 5 years down the line, 8 years down the line, 10 years down the line, whatever, I might change my mind. I might say something else. I might make a new video, right? I just want to say a lot of things, I believe them right now in 2019, but in, 2040, when the aliens come or whatever, I'm gonna completely change my beliefs, right? So, yeah, that's what I want to tell you guys today. I want to share a lot of things with you on this channel, but some of the things I share might change my mind in the future as new things come up, but I want to share them with you because you're my lovely YouTube friends, my subscribers, maybe. Right down there, guys. Smash that subscribe button. Smash that like button if you liked my content. If you want more of this stuff, please do. Or if you just think, maybe I'm a little funny, subscribe a bit. It'll help me. Thank you. That's it for me, guys. I'll talk to you later.